it's true that we went through we went by Tanuki-doji, but I don't know if we'll have the time to go through it or anything like that, or if anything's going to be even open at this hour. It is just about 10 o'clock, which is earlier than we expected to be out there. But all the same, we budgeted a fair amount of time for this because we thought it was going to take a while, and it has. No mistake about that. But it's it's been quite the experience, and it's one of those things where we're glad we had it, especially when we didn't know that we were going to have that kind of time for it. So there we are. A little bit of a sloppy day, and a very interesting meal, but it should be interesting trying to get back to the station and hopefully back to Otaru without much trouble from here on out. It is a shame that we have to keep our eyes on the clock now and again, but at least once you've been a place and done it, you realize, okay, we budgeted more time than we thought we'd need, and that's always kind of reassuring in its own way.
Well, we spotted another kind of place that Sapporo is known for, but given Daniel's preferences, that was kind of out of the question.
Daniel points out that you could get lost around here, even though it's not as crazy labyrinthine as Tokyo. But, you know, with the grid layout, it's not that bad. It's just knowing where you need or want to be. All right, for a moment there I thought I'd gotten lost, but I guess the Nika King is behind me, and we're just about to come back up to Tanuki-doji. We might just go through that while we're here. Why not? We've got the time for it.
Okay, that's just something else.
As silly as that was, you don't see that back home in the States, and I don't see that every day here in Japan unless you live here. So, gotta film that too. Okay, we found Tanuki-doji, and we're just gonna take a quick walk through, maybe for future reference. If our shore excursion takes us here, we'll take another spin around. I don't know if there's anything that really grabs us. I know there's a mega Don Quijote here, but is it open at this hour? I have no idea. But it's certainly not as crowded as it was when we were heading down here to Gibeah Natural. But this is something else. We just don't see these back at home, and it's just fun to go through them. And you can see there's all sorts of things around me, and this is the first time we've really been in one of these shopping arcades at night. Although, once again, still some places that are closed. It's like some are open during the day, some are open during the night, and you never know what to expect. I tend to think of takoyaki as being an Osaka thing, but I guess everywhere in Japan has established its places for it. It's still kind of wild. Yeah, by the time we come to the end of the Tanuki-doji, most of these places are closed, but I had to point out the street art they have on their doors. If they're going to use these things to close the place up, they might as well make the place look nice then, too. So, there you are. Again, I don't think this is something that we encounter back home, so. Meanwhile, on the Don Quijote side of the street, the place is still bustling. So, although at the same time, there's this sensation of we're starting to get to the point where we're going to need to make our way towards the station soon. And here I thought there wasn't going to be anything more interesting in the underground walkway, but it looks like we have ourselves.
Walking for your own safety. 警戒巡回中です。触らないようお願いいたします。
We got cute robots up here too. Japan is Japan, wherever you go. It is a longer walk than I remember, but then again, we started out on the surface when we got into Sapporo. So, as long as we're here before the last train heads out, we should be good. most of the places are closed. Well, we've arrived at the Otaru terminal, and this is literally the terminal of everything. You can see that the train right behind me is now out of service because while this may not be the last train going out from Sapporo here, we're pretty much done for the day. They still have maybe one or two more that'll be going between now. Well, the other one's already taken off. I think there'll be one more leaving Sapporo in about 20 minutes, and that's the end of it. Those are separate trains, so yeah. No one's getting to Sapporo from here tonight. Well, quite an adventure. All on our own and without really a whole lot of idea as to what we were doing. But we managed it, and I'm glad for it. Just for the fact that we could do it. I just stopped at one of the vending machines back here to get Daniel an apple juice, his favorite, cool. And he just, as soon as I did, it let out a sound, and suddenly everything shut down. I'm sure it was coincidence, but it's still somewhat disconcerting. Well, he did say this was one of the last trains in, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it is sort of weird to be walking through a station just about midnight, and the place is as dead as you'd expect it to be around midnight. Hopefully they'll still let us check out. We'll go through here. Yeah, we're fine. Yep, and that's the end of our day. It is the end of the day, in fact. So we're gonna head back to the ship. It's about a mile walk or so, and call it a night until tomorrow. See you then. It's also weird to be walking around in a city where even the Don Quijote is shut down. I've been out and about in the mornings before these things started up, and now here I am in a completely different town where it's asleep before I am at night. And it looks like the Lawson will still be open, but that's about it. You kind of expect the convenies to stay open later. Then again, there's almost no reason to be out looking for a conveni either. With the restaurants and what bars there might be here being completely shuttered. It's just empty.